You're watching E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey everyone, this is Rob from E.T.N, and this video we're going to do our preview of Game of Thrones Episode 5, which is entitled First of His Name. Now, this episode looks like it's going to crown a new king. We see a scene where Tommen is sitting at the throne, getting his crown, gazing at Marjorie as Marjorie gazes back, and Cersei just gives her the look of death. I was waiting for like Superman laser beams to come out of her eye and just char Marjorie. Boy, that look of death. Arya seems to be getting tired of the Hound, and she engages him with her sword needle. He stands there and takes a poke in the abdomen, and it doesn't look like it phases him very much. So hopefully he spares her. You know, after this episode, seeing Daenerys sack, even though we didn't actually see her sack the city, we know that she did. They're going over her numbers of the Unsullied, other followers she has, and the first thing she asks is that enough to take King's Landing? Interesting thing is, we haven't seen the dragons in a bit, so I'm hoping we get to see them this episode and see what's going on with them. Has she gained any kind of control of them after the last couple of episodes, or are they still kind of running wild? You know, and now the interesting thing is, going back to Tommen real quick, who is going to get to him? I mean, we know that Marjorie got to him first, but will Cersei be able to really kind of fall back and try and re-engage her son and gain his favorite, you know, gain his mind over Marjorie? And that'll be an interesting battle of wits. I personally think Marjorie is a little bit more intelligent than Cersei. I think Cersei right now has so many emotional things going on inside that I don't think she's going to think straight enough to really outwit Marjorie at this point. You know, she's got the whole thing going on with Tyrion in the trial, the death of Joffrey, Jaime back into her life. She's drinking heavily now. I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but boy, man, every scene I see her, she's kicking back wine. She's starting to take after her late husband. I mean, my God, man, she is really kicking it up. So we got to see Baelish at the Eyrie, and I forget the lady's name there because we haven't seen her in such a long time. But she's throwing herself at him, and he does not look very interested. And if he wasn't interested, it wouldn't surprise me. He's probably there just to continue his march to getting everything he wants. And she's probably just another tool for him to use to do that. So I don't think he has any interest. I think it's more for him either political or for stature, whatever the case may be. I don't think he has any desire of her. That's just my thought. He just doesn't strike me like... Not that he doesn't like women, and not that I just don't think he's like the husband type. Like, he doesn't strike me as somebody who would marry and have his land. He obviously wants more, and women just complicate things probably in his eyes. So, and plus, he used to run a brothel, so I don't think he thinks very highly of women outside of Catelyn Stark, obviously. He was very much in love with, as he even admitted. So very, very interesting things there. Going back to the north of the Wall, we see that Jon Snow and his men of the Night's Watch make it to Kraster's Keep and engage the men that are there. Hopefully, by the time he gets there, Bran and his two friends, as well as Hodor took a beating while he was there, and they were poking at him and stabbing him, and he's beat up pretty bad. So hopefully when Jon gets there, everything is perfectly fine and Bran is still alive. But even if that happens, they still have to worry about Locke, and it sucks because they have no idea, and that's the advantage Locke has. And Locke is, you know, he's a badass. He's a badass. So interesting thing to see too is, and we didn't see any of this in the upcoming trailer for the episode 5. You know, will they revisit Brienne right away and see where she's at? Where is she heading? You know, she's with Podrick, which again, I said I'm very happy about that. I very much like Podrick. So I'm definitely wondering if they're going to go revisit that. They may not right away, but if they do, that'd be great. I would love to see that armor again. That armor looked badass. That nice, it was kind of like a shiny, the shiny blue or the dark blue color. Really, really cool. Finally, Tyrion. Are we going to get his trial? I'm going to guess no, that we get his trial this episode, simply because you know, it looks like there might be a big ceremony to crown the new king. So that might take a good portion of the episode. I'm not saying the whole thing, but maybe 15 minutes or 20 minutes of the episode will be geared towards crowning the new king. And it's going to be interesting now if Cersei is going to take her focus away from the trial on Tyrion and look at Marjorie and see, you know, well, wait, this woman's like after my son now, and he's young, and it'll be interesting. And there's a lot of good stuff going on. We haven't seen Prince Oberyn in a while, so I'm hoping we get to see him too. I know we'll definitely obviously see him at the trial, so it sounds like he's going to be one of the judges based on Tywin approaching him a couple episodes ago and asking him if he would be a judge. So obviously we'll see him at the trial, but I'm wondering if we're going to see him in this episode. Maybe he's plotting something to go against Tywin and kind of mess up his own world, but something tells me he wants a piece of the mountain so bad that he'd be willing to work with Tywin at this point just to do that. And you know, Tywin obviously very, very intelligent at pulling strings and getting the things he wants. So, and then finally Jaime, after 2 episodes that really could confuse a viewer, you know, in terms of how you should feel about this guy, because in one episode, while there's still very much debate going on as to whether or not he raped Cersei, I'm going to go with that he did, just because she was pushing him away. And I saw the episode again the other night, and even when he was on top of her, he was trying to kiss her, and she was kind of pushing his face away. I think the reason she didn't scream rape or go nuts is because she doesn't want to draw attention. She doesn't want people to know that they have an ancestral relationship, you know? So she's trying to fight it on her own very quietly, but, you know, he's a strong guy, and, you know, he got what he wanted. But then on the flip side, this episode, the fact that she even speaks to him is a little surprising to me. Even though she's demanding him to do something that he's hesitating on doing, most women wouldn't want to be near somebody who just raped them. So it's a really, really confusing way they kind of displayed it. But after that, he does this wonderful thing for Brienne, giving her the sword, giving her the armor, and sending her off to protect Sansa, which is something obviously none of his family, with the exception of Tyrion, would want him to do. So I mean, these events are building up so well, and I really love the way everything is kind of just playing its own way together. But to me, it's doing it so, you know, it's doing it really well. It's keeping it together well. Like, you get to see enough of Daenerys and what's going on up there to really get an idea of how powerful she's becoming. You're getting enough of what's going on up by the wall and the Knights Castle Black that it's getting tense now, because you're worried about Bran, you're worried about Jon Snow, and, you know, obviously there's still that tense buildup for Tyrion's trial and what's going to happen to him. So, I mean, they're really, I personally think they're really crafting this season together really well. I mean, obviously episode 2 was a big shocker with Joffrey's death. Jaime's continuing character development and in such a unique and confusing way. It's just been a great season so far, and to think we're already halfway through it is somewhat disappointing. I don't want this to end, but, you know, we still got 5 episodes, still have a lot to happen, and I'm looking forward to it. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. I know there's a lot of you book readers out there that are, you know, you guys know what things are going to happen, and, you know, for those of you who don't know, I do put approval in the comment section to avoid book spoilers. There are people who come in here who try to just blurt out big events that happen just to troll, and that's why I set it to approval. But for the most part, last couple of weeks haven't got too much of that, and it's been great, and I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. I hope you're enjoying Game of Thrones season 4. It's been a great season so far, and that's it. That's it for this preview, guys. So I will see you Sunday night for the review of episode 5, First of His Name. And yeah, I'll see you then. This is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Don't forget to subscribe and join the Nation Facebook page.